morning, dear students. I hope all are well at home. Today, I am going to discussing about another new chapter, that is agriculture. Agriculture, it is one of the important chapter. At the same time, it is biggest chapter. Most of the questions which may be repeated particularly from the agriculture chapter. Agriculture, especially for Part B, it is very important chapter. Agriculture, the word is derived from two Latin words, Greek words, especially agar and cultura. Agar means soil, cultura means tilling of. So totally soil tilling of. So the totally soil tilling of. What tilling of? Crop tilling of. Totally agriculture means the cultivation of crops to the soil. Okay, the cultivation of the crops from the soil or to the soil, we called in the name of the agriculture. So here the point, so crops cultivation, it is in the heart of the people. At the same time, agriculture, it is the primary occupation. At the same time, agriculture, it is one of the oldest and primitive occupation of mankind. Oldest and primitive occupations. Other occupations which were recently developed, secondary point, industries, transportation, including professionals, secondary and tertiary and quaternary occupation which are later developed. But first occupation, which will be concerned related on the earth's surface in the world, we called in the name of the agriculture. Food gathering, hunting, you studied already, domestic of animal rearing. Like that, agriculture also, it is a primary occupation, is the oldest occupation of mankind. At the same time, agriculture, it is very important for in our country. Other countries, agriculture, it is a primary occupation or secondary occupation, I never going to explain. It is need much more or need. In our country, agriculture is a major occupation. Because our country is the biggest country, 7th biggest country in the world. So, coming to the point, the importance or significance of agriculture, we are going to explain to the relations of in our country, summarized the importance of agricultural under the following points, one by one. Especially agricultural importance, agriculture is the main source of livelihood. Definitely. Especially India, it is the biggest country, 7th biggest country in the world. So, apart from, more than 70% of the population, those who are engaging in particularly for the agricultural sector. That is very important. 70% means more than 70 crore people, those who are engaging particularly under the occupation of agriculture. That's why it is a livelihood. The entire life of the people of the country may be depending upon the agriculture. There is no agricultural, so 70% of the people, their life, it is unbelievable to consume. Okay, that's why it is a main source of livelihood. Okay, that's a very important. At the same time, it is not only particularly for the 7th biggest country in the world. At the same time, India, it is the second highly populated country in the world after the China. And the highly populated country, it means every time it may be depending upon food. Okay, the food is very important in our country. Requirements food also, it is very important in our country. So then compared to other important sector, so more people, their livelihood depending upon agricultural sector in our country. Second one, food supply. Food is very important. I said what my think. So any person, any people, those who are living on the earth, food, water, shelter, which are all very important. So such a way, food is very important. It is one of the basic need for surviving. Such a way, food is very important. Food we are collected only one way at present situation, particularly from the agricultural. Agricultural, it is a source of food which supplies food particularly to the people, those who are living entire the country. 130 crore more people, they are living every day, they are depending upon food. For morning breakfast, afternoon, every day, 3 times, when I'm an average food, 3 times per day, 130 into 3 crore, so more than 390 crore meals per day. Okay. 390 crores meals per day food it is need for in our country. An average. That's why 390 crore meals are plate whatever food which may be supplies only one sector that we called in the name of the agriculture. Because any other work secondary, any other sector you will going to engaging secondary matter. First we are going to work. Food is very important. Food is the first concern related to every people of the country. Either if you are working, either if you are not working. So food is first need for survival. That's why, so entire population of the country, the supply of the food is the main source of agriculture. Okay, because there is no agricultural, every time, each day also we are depending upon food for other countries. It is very difficult. How can depending upon this much of population every day to depending upon other countries? How can importing food grains from the other countries? It is unbelievable. Not only food grains, okay, food grain, rice, wheat, ragi, jowar, not only like that, okay, even vegetables, fruits, fruits also which are essential our people, flowers, domestic animals fodder, food, these are all every grasses, every items also which are related. Okay, so even animals also which may be depending on particularly their fodder, their food apart from the agriculture. That's why agriculture is a very important supply food for people of the country including animals. Then provides employment facilities. Employment also very important. More than I said already 70% of the people they are engaging in agriculture means, so more people in our country they are engaging in agriculture, occupation. Because agricultural which provides more number of employment opportunities to the people, isn't it? So such a way more number of people, I said crore, other sector also the people they are going to engaging employment. But great number, bulky number of people they are engaging particularly in the agricultural sector. There is no agricultural, already unemployed situation in the country. So another 70 crore people they are unemployment situation. It is unbelievable condition in the country. Today majority people they are employed in the name of farmer, particularly in the region of the agricultural. That's why agriculture is the biggest contribution in related to employment facilities given. India is a land of villages. I said already more than 87,862 villages in the country. So we go and see all the villages people major occupation agriculture. Fourth one, source of national income. More than 35% of our country national income you are collected particularly from the agriculture. Large amount of surplus of food grains exporting in India. Okay, India is the second largest cultivated particularly in the wheat, second largest cultivated rice in the world, first largest cultivated tea in the world, third largest cultivated coffee in the world. Such a way, any crops, either is a food grains, either is a commercial, either is a plantation. Any grains, any food items, India within 5 or within top 10 they comes to under the list of the world. That's why large amount of the agricultural goods, grains, food crops, India going to exporting to the neighboring and other countries. Tea, coffee, cotton, jute, including rice, wheat. So here the part India which will be collected foreign income. That's why national income has a very good position in the country because of India is getting more income, more foreign earnings, particularly apart from the food grains. This is another important plus point. So now it is today and our national income, our government budget, more income, more money we are getting from the foreign exchange, particularly in the name of the exporting. So there is another important plus point, agricultural importance. Fifth one, that is source of raw materials. Definitely source of raw materials. So agricultural not only supplies particularly for the food grains, so it is a source of raw materials. So even the industries also which are depending upon particularly agricultural. Suppose sugar industry, they are depending upon sugar cane. Cotton textile industry, they are depending upon cotton crop. So matches industry, plywood industry. So even many more industries, even today they are depending upon agricultural crops. Agricultural sector which provides raw material to the many more industries. Even many more industries run by particularly when the agricultural sector. That's why it is the backbone of the industries. Backbone of the industries. That's why agricultural it is not only primary occupation, it is also as a backbone of the secondary occupation like that industries. Such a way, so is a very important part related particularly source of raw materials. Not only there is no raw materials, there is no sugar industries. There is no, you are all wear the clothes, there is no cotton textile industries. Okay, paper industries. Okay, paddy grasses you are using for paper industries. So then the textbook, notebooks, so papers items you are collected from the agricultural sector in the name of the paper industry. Totally contribution of raw materials, not one or two like that. Edible oil industries. Rice also we are using for many more edible oils. Coffee and tea industry. Okay, coffee industry, coffee powder industry, tea powder industry. Okay. Like that many more industries even today which may be depending upon agricultural sector. There is no agricultural crops, there is no any part of the industrial movement. These are all very important source of raw material as it is related to the agricultural. Anyway, these are all the first 5 points which are related apart from agricultural importance as a great concern in related to India. Whatever may be going on. So agricultural is a main source of livelihood, food supply, provides employment opportunities, source of national income and source of raw materials. These are all first 5 points as a greater importance, and other importance also it may be related to next. Okay. So already 5 points explained. Come to the point number 6. Under the importance of agriculture, that is source of revenue. So what is the difference between source of national income and source of revenue? Both are comes to same meaning, but national income it may be contributed particularly from the revenue also, especially for related to foreign exchange, export. So source of revenue it may be related to custom taxes, especially it's the internal also, international also. Revenue mainly related to internal. So revenue to be fixed. Government, how many hectares agricultural land in India to be cultivating different crops by the farmers. Government of India just going to fix rice cultivated area, how many hectares, individual farmers and landowners, they fixed revenue. Rice, ragi, wheat, tobacco, sugar cane. So which are more taxes fixed, more revenue fixed particularly here way. So even vegetables also taxes, even fruits also the taxes. Taxes way after the output also, even the cultivation land also. Okay, the government they are going to fix all the agricultural crops internally, especially for the cultivated areas. Every farmer, those who are going to pay how many hectares under cultivated, how many rupees they are going to pay in the name of the tax to the government. So it should be concerned as a change into the revenue. Okay, revenue it is another important source of even. Industries also the government fixed revenue industrial areas. All the land areas the government going to fix. Even houses also, government building, private buildings also. So even all the properties is agricultural land, is industrial land, settlement, roads, private, public, whatever. The government going to fix some taxes, some revenues should be collected in the name of the in different way. So here way, so collected in the name of agriculture. So is agricultural revenue. It is also, it may be concerned as the income of the country. Okay, it is a very important point. Point number 7, support to territory sector. What is territory sector? Which are the sector, the health they served by the primary and secondary sector that we call territory sector. Territory sector transportation is very important. Transportation, trade, banking, insurance, lawyer, advocate, teachers, engineers, all services groups we are going to consider as a territory sector. The territory sector also it may be depending upon agriculture. So any sector, territory sector transportation, it is depending upon agricultural. Agricultural food grains, vegetable fruits which are carrying from one place to another. Fertilizers carrying from one place to fertilizers, implements, tractors or dwelling machineries. Okay, even agricultural you can cultivate at one area, they reach another area. The network between agricultural areas to consuming area, transportation is very important. Either bus, lorry, whatever, trucks, including train, which are all supported by the agriculture. It is a service, but in the name of the agricultural. Agricultural helps to transportation, trade, including banking. Okay, whatever the sector, the people where they are working, either a teacher also need for food, lawyer also need for food, including any sector, engineers also, traders also, any people, the services people also they need for food. That's why without food we can't do anything. That's why territory sector either by directly indirectly it will be depending upon agricultural as a source of food. Come to the next one, help of internal trade. I said already international trade secondary, internal trade also, local, between the states, between the districts, between the taluks, between the villages, one rural to rural, rural to urban, urban to urban, urban to rural. So whatever we know, the regional wise, the regional distribution internally within a country, all commodities, agricultural commodities surplus. It is also is very important role about to the agricultural. So Jammu and Kashmir as apple cultivation in Karnataka it is available, not only for the transportation as an internal helping. Tea cultivated in Assam but available in Karnataka also. Coffee cultivated Karnataka but available in North India also. So some regions, some type of crops not available, some type of crops available. So between sharing, so in the name of the help of internal trade, either by tax, either by sharing, either by consuming, either all type of commodities agricultural when we are going to utilizing or consuming within a country in the name of help of internal trade. That's why all type of crops we are going to consuming within our surroundings. Support to export. I said the same point, support to export. So when it is support to export means either by one state to another state, one country to another country. So agricultural sector, large amount of goods. So either by exchanging of commodities, either you are going to export for money purpose. Give and take policy, we are giving rice, we are collected machineries from other European countries. So not only for trade, export only for money purposes, exchanging. So exchanging means we are giving one type of agriculture because we are collected other machineries and tools. So what scarcity of in our country that we are going to importing. What more surplus we are production in our country that crop we are going to exporting. So it may be support for exporting purposes also, either by within a country or international trade it may be applicable. So last one, that is political and social importance. Political and social conditions also it may be depending upon agriculture. In a country has a very good surplus production of agriculture as a self-sufficient. Otherwise the government every time either by state either by central every time importing as the government spending lot of rupees particularly for importing for agricultural food grains. So it may lot of money flows from our country to other country. So is the very biggest troubling in the financial trench of in the government. That's why when the country has a monopolized more surplus, more production of in agriculture in all the crops, definitely there is no question of importing other crops from the other countries. Such a reason, so as a political means, so these are all government stability. government strong, government conditions, so dependable, independable, these are all the situation, it may be concern related to agriculture. Otherwise, internal food problem, poverty, so lot of political disturbances also it may be related shortage of food. When it is shortage of food within a country, the people suffering from hunger, so it is another big angry, there is another biggest problem they are going to face, particularly for the government situation. Social importance. Social importance, it is a common. Every family also, every community also, when if you are eat satisfied and nutrition food, definitely all are healthy people. Okay, where all are eating happily, food sufficient, your family, all person, how many members are there. So your country, all people, they are eating whatever the supply of food, very good condition with nutrition food. So definitely all are healthy people, all are good going to serve in different sectors. Your social conditions also very good situations. In a family, only 2 members as particularly as eating, another 2 members particularly as starving because of shortage of food, like that. So it may be what I am telling now. So social conditions like that feast also. So the celebrating villages people, especially for harvesting, sowing as a culture, feast as a social culture. Okay, Sankranti as harvesting, Pongal in Tamil Nadu. So different states which are going to celebrating particularly for harvesting for different crops. What I am telling, as agriculture is an endeavor, it's more merged in with our body, our culture, our language, our feast, our unity and diversity. So it shows agriculture, it is not a occupation. It is not a occupation. It is a unity and diversity, particularly for the occupations. All type of people they are living in the country, all type of crops cultivations. Okay, all type of crop cultivations, whatever the people they are cultivating, we are consuming. We are whatever cultivating, those people they are consuming. So there is no religious, there is no income differentialities, there is no cost differentialities. Here the part what I am saying, Indian soil which are suitable for all type of crop cultivation. That's why as a great sense, more than soils which are very important here the matter. Okay, even Rajasthan also we are desert region, infertile soil we are going to cultivating for the dry crops, jowar, date palm, anyway. So all soils, type of soils which is supporting for the culture, politically, socially, languageably, all it is very good conditions belongs to under the name of agriculture. Anyway, in other countries, how many people they are depending upon agricultural, I don't know. In India, in our country, it is our mother country, the large number of people they are depending upon agriculture. It is a need, it is a importance, it is our culture. That's why we are going to show unity and diversity in our occupation. So that's why I am not much more explanation related to agriculture. So like that way, even you go any other occupations, any other occupation, certain qualification it is need. So in agricultural, you don't want, even if you are unemployed situation, agricultural can offer to engage their work in agriculture sector. That's why total hats, not only supply for food particularly, large amount of people are a livelihood as agriculture and support to other sectors. Anyway, hats of agricultural sector concern related to today explanation. Anyway, today almost we are going to complete it, importance and significance of agricultural in India. Okay, concern, it is a very important topic, major question particularly given from the last few years. Any doubts and clarify yourself. So today topic it is enough. Thank you dear student. Stay home, stay safe. Take care at home. Bye. I will continue next class.